Hello, and welcome to the first installment of a breakdown. And what I'm trying to achieve here is I'm trying to go over my purpose and my thought process of making an episode or a clip of Eraserheads, what I was trying to do, and how the outcome, what the outcome looks like, and you know, and then after sharing with my peers how I feel about their reactions, and hopefully to get your input on what this is. For this episode, we're going to be breaking down the episode or clip called Mouths. I named it that because I was specifically focusing on the mouth of the character. Um, and that's it. That's pretty much it. So, right now, of me recording this, I've been doing this for about 7 months, and this was done a long time ago. So, I just want to jump into it, and I'm speaking in past tense because I've already created something that I consider is better and more improved, but for the purpose of doing them in sequential order of what I have done, let's just go over this one. And this one's really short, so I'm going to watch it on this, but if you want to watch this clip independent of all this, look in the description, just click the link, and then just watch it, and then come back to this video where you can watch it again. So let's look at this from the top to the beginning, the end. You're looking really rough, man. Are you all right? So that's a no. All right. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So let me try to make you understand what that was. So let me open this up again. Can I just play it again? You're looking cool. So let's look. Right here, this is pretty much the first thing I've ever made on this entire ever. So if you look closely, they're in what is the box. There's no interior or exterior of, so they're just kind of like in like what looks like a wooden structure. You have on the left Redmond, which had not been defined, and his name hasn't been said in this odd character on the right. So Redmond was the first character I drew ever. So his eyes and mouth, his body shape, the shading, everything was modeled after him. So if you look at this gray monster, it's kind of just exactly what he is, but just stretched out and with a bigger mouth. So the reason why this episode is called Mouths is because this is the first time me keyframing mouths to understanding what the shapes look like when they speak. And every single time I do this, I get better, of course. But if we look closely, they're very quick and they're very subliminal. And without actual audio, you can kind of discern what they're saying if you know what not lyrics, but the dialogue is. But I wanted to experiment with that, so I'll explain it a little further. Then the eyes, for example, are also something that I wanted. So they're kind of searching around. And of course, this character on the right, the gray eraser, does not have eyes because that's way too much to animate. I just wanted to do something really quick and really fast, and this is what I came out with. So let me explain the timeline here on the actual Adobe Animate thing. This is I don't normally do this, but since this episode is so short, I thought I'd include it. If you are not a technical person, but I just wanted to explain what I was doing. So each mouth has what's called a frame, and it's like you have a resting 1, resting 2, resting 3. Then you have a T, CH sound, an E sound, an A sound, an UR sound, an O sound, an L sound, and a F or a V sound. And if you look at the mouth, which is this timeline right here at the top, every single time his mouth changes, there is another keyframe. So I'm having to do this. I'm having to just press spacebar. Sorry, enter. You're looking really rough, man. Listen to it and then just choose the syllables that I think are more announced, and then pretty much just do it frame by frame, pressing add keyframe just over and over again. And then the pupils, of course, anytime the eyes move, it's another keyframe, and then it can always go back to the original position as usual. And then of course the body is an entire unit itself. In the future, I've animated it so there's different directions in the mouth that can actually pivot. So for this one, the mouth one is very simple. It's literally sounds, but I wanted to emphasize, well, just like the other character, this one has an O sound and everything sounded. So there's like drool coming out of them, so the drool has to move around with it. So I thought that was kind of cool. But specifically, what I want you to look at is as he's speaking, Redmond is actually responding with reactions. And in most animations, if you look at South Park or The Simpsons or Family Guy, when one person is speaking, nothing else is moving in the entire scene. So obviously, this is done because he, it takes more time to animate. You just want to animate one character. If they're speaking, that's where you guys want them to look. If anyone else is moving, it'll draw attention away. So what cinematographers do in film is that they do that with lighting and shape, and then depth of field. Unfortunately, there's no depth of field here. There's no lighting or shading really, and we have to draw the attention of the audience by using camera angles, like zooming in or zooming out, or placing it closer, and then pretty much making everything else not moving, and the things that you're supposed to be paying attention to move, unless there's a background joke. So that's my kind of forethought of just adding extra layers of something, because it has like rewatch value. Like if you watch a show on the internet, or just like on TV, everyone else is reacting. When one character is talking, the other one is having a reaction. So that's what I was striving for this. So it's the mouths and everything else is important. And then the relationship between these two people was really null and void because there's very little script here. It's 15 seconds long, but that's pretty much it for that. But if this is your first time watching this, thank you so much, and I really appreciate you. I hope to do more of these in the future for every single type of clip I released. So I release a clip, and a day later I'll release the breakdown of that clip and what my feedback was from my friends and how I feel about it and how I'll go on to improve to the next one. If you haven't seen this clip, it's in the description. It's 15 seconds long. We watched it here, so I don't know why you'd want to watch it again. But if you want to share just that clip, you can do that. And if you want to support me, you can subscribe, like, and comment, boost the algorithm so I show up on other people's pages, but there's no obligation to do any of that. I'm doing this for me and myself only. If you have any positive criticism or anything like that, put a comment down below and let me know what you think. I want to open up a dialogue and try to improve on what I'm doing. Like, genuinely, I want to care about this. And I made this so you guys can come along with me. My name is Travis Fletcher, and thank you for joining me on my journey. I love you so much.